Welcome to our show, Coffee with Chris. Our mission is to provide you with home care tips, education, and resources to ensure you receive the quality care you deserve in the comfort of your home.
Hello, hello, hello. We are here with a special guest, Nick B. I say Nick B because everybody's called me Chris Z growing up, and I always go by the last names.
Yeah, well, I'm doing great, man. Thanks for having me. It's funny, growing up, people always try to, it's Bonitatibus, so it's quite a mouthful. So, my dad was always Coach B, so it's certainly a lot easier to say. But grateful to be here, Chris. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I'm grateful for you to be on my show too. I'm so happy that we can be able to connect. You're a busy man. Nick is has a very busy business, and he's the owner of Digital Champions. And I personally have got a great experience over the time of owning my own home care to be able to work with Nick and have so many great stories to share with you guys. This would not be the last time you're going to see Nick on our show, that's for sure. He's got tons of value to all the home care owners that are out there. So I just wanted to start out with the show today, just say welcome everybody to Coffee with Chris podcast show, where we can provide resources, education to all of our viewers. And also too, is if you want to start your own home care company, we also have our other branch, which is called Home Care Empire, your Empire Consulting, which will be able to start your own home care. And so a lot of the guests that we have is sharing your story of being the caretaker. Are you out there being a caretaker? Are you there taking care of your loved one? Do you have a story to share? Or also too is if you're a home care owner and you want to share your story, and you want to talk about all the things that you have out there how the hard times of actually starting your business, to tell us the story from the beginning to end, because we know out there that it's not easy. So sharing that story also too is what you do is marketing, which is like Nick is on the show today, is a digital marketer and champion, but also too is a champion in what he does and helping other home care companies grow to build their own home care empire. Like I did. I would never be where I'm at right now on the social media world. I'll tell you this right now, I owe it to Nick. Nick is a great, not only just a person I work with, but a friend. And one day I hope we get out there in California, man, and see you in person.
Yeah, man. It's beautiful out here.
I bet, man. I swear. Definitely take you up on the time of coming up there and maybe going for a run. But let's start with you. It's all about you today. It's all about Nick. It's all about his story. And he's got an interesting story about how he started into his industry. Can you tell us a little bit about how you started your business?
Yeah, absolutely. So I got kind of thrown into the small business world when I graduated college, and I started an internship at a consulting company, a home care consulting company. And, through that, I really got thrown into this small business, and they were just getting started at the time, and they were only in business for, 2 to 3 years when I joined the team. And, I was privileged to be able to work with them and really get a ton of experience in so many different areas of, marketing and growing a business. And it allowed me to really develop a lot of skills as well as seek knowledge to learn more about how I could bring more to that business that I was, working for. And what was so cool was, in 2016, I had the opportunity to speak at one of their events where I talked about, utilizing social media for businesses. And what ended up happening was there's just so many people that needed it, that needed the help. And it was so amazing to see that. And it was so cool to kind of be able to provide that value, because at the time, I kind of felt like I was a young kid. I'd only been in the workforce from college for 2 years at that point, and yet, I was able to share a lot of valuable insights for these businesses. And so, from that point of just seeing the need and then realizing that, I started to see, the benefits of being your own boss and seeing the benefits of what my boss at the time was able to do. And, I just started to think like, hey, I want that, and the thing too, and I always share this quote is like, I loved my job. Like I loved it. I love the people and I still love the people and I talk to them regularly and I still do some consulting and work with them. But what's so amazing is that I wanted to build my dream life. So I always say that I quit my dream job so that I could create my dream life, and that's just, that's what was possible for me because I saw a need, I saw a skill set, and I wanted to do something more for myself, but also do something that I knew would be able to benefit, and help a lot of other people. They say, I forget who said it, like Jim Rohn, I think actually maybe it was Zig Ziglar, if you help enough people get what they want, you'll get what you want, or something of that sort. And so, it's such a powerful thing to be able to really connect and help people in an area that can be so daunting at first, and getting started with social media and video marketing. But it's such an amazing, powerful tool, and I've been able to grow my business through leveraging and utilizing these powerful tools, and then helping other people to leverage them the same. And so that's kind of a longer version of my story, but but basically, I got a lot of experience in the small business world, and I wanted to utilize it to, build something for myself so that I could create the business of my dreams. And I've been able to do that, which is pretty amazing.
Man, I'm so happy you said that. I mean, there's so many people out there who are still trying to build their dreams, and it's reality for you. And it's so great to hear that, you started from this point, and then now you're getting to the point where you reached your goal, and and you're not stopping either, And the main thing I think was so important for a lot of people to understand is, I think that I'm inspired, and it always makes me had a fire to jump out of bed, is that what you said is that you'd like to give back and help other people, and that you noticed in your business is that the more you helped other people, that you seen yourself gain out of this. And I couldn't help by watching one of your social media posts that you're saying you were reading the book The Go-Giver. I think that's kind of like the mentality that you have. You know what I mean? I just started actually the ebook. I'm not done yet, but it sounds like that, this is kind of like you were doing this before you even read that book.
Yes, absolutely. It's always been, through tons of different things that I learned, was just at the end of the day, it's coming from a place of education and value, and being able to just share information with others to educate them and help them in some other way. And when it comes to social media, I share this often, is that we're all influencers. A lot of times when people think of like what an influencer is or what that actually means, people think that you have to have millions of followers, and that technically makes you an influencer. And technically speaking, maybe that is the definition of influencer marketing. But from my experience, what I've come to realize is that everything that you share, everything that you post on social media is influencing, by definition of that word, to influence, is influencing some person in some way. And everything that you share, whether good or bad, when you complain about social media or complain about something on social media, you are there then influencing other people to have that issue, to now you're influencing them to feel a certain way, and that's not necessarily a good thing. And so we have to be really careful about what it is that we're sharing, because we are all influencers. And when we start to realize that we have the power to influence people in a positive way and an impactful way, then being willing to open up and share about those things and spread the positive can have a greater impact in everything that you do. Whether, no matter who you are and what you do, you have people that follow you, that you're connected with, and every time that you share something, it's a direct reflection of who you are and what you're about. And so it's really important with everything that you do that what you share is a positive reflection of who and how you want people to see you.
Yeah, wow, that's really huge. It's there's so many influencers out there, and you're right. Like you're trying to say, set the example of the actual person that you are truly by, because you're giving a lot of impact and advice and value to people's lives. So it can really go, like you said, which was really important, pros and cons of that too. So and a lot of people see like the great things that are on the internet now and all the inspirational things, but is that person truly who they are? Are they just spilling out this information out there to be able to inspire and gain business? And really, is that not the motive? I heard a great quote, and it was just recently, and it was like, you can't work for the money. And this was from Go Giver. Actually, the Go Giver was doing an interview on Glenn Lundy podcast show, and he said something that resonated from me, and I know that you would relate to it. And he would say, you have to, the reward is the money, but the actual putting in the time and giving to other people and is by you putting in the time and helping other people and giving to other people will build your business up, and the reward is the money, and that's the reward. Don't people do it for other reasons, but really the influence is to influence people because you truly do have compassion and empathy for people and your clients to be able to give back and give to them. That's the reason why you're out there doing what you're doing. And people feel that and they know it, and people could smell it after a while if you're not in it, and your heart will speak. I'm telling you, people who really truly are in their industry, like when they're in it, when they're out there, trying to do what they do, is that like eventually, like I said, their heart will speak of really who they truly are, and those, I think, I believe in it. I'm a very faithful person that God will shine the light on you. And the people that he shines the light on are the people that really are passionate at what they do, and they deserve to be able to influence more people.
Yeah, I mean, it just comes from always focusing on service, and that's just one of the most important things that you can do in everything that you do is just coming from that place of service, whether it be your own clients or just somebody that you meet along the street, and just always being somebody that's going to focus in those areas. And it's so rewarding. I love to think about it from a selfish reason. It's like, man, when you give to other people, it feels good. So do it for that reason. Be selfish and give to others because it will make you feel amazing.
It's an addicting feeling, right? And it's a great addicting feeling to install that in people around you, is to realize that if you're able, and like some people, you ever hear like someone ever tell you like, oh, you're too nice. And I'm like, I never knew that was bad to be. I know the theory of if you're too nice, you get taken advantage of. That's another topic we could discuss, but you can never be too nice. You know what I mean?
No.
If that's what you truly believe in, that whatever you decide to do or whatever you try to say, I'm sorry, but that's who you are. That's who I am. Take it or leave it. So you've been in the business. So let's go. Let's get back on track. You've been in the business for 7 years, I know, and that you have been in the industry for 7 years and had your own business for 2. But what differentiates digital champions from all the other digital guys that are out there? What would you say separates you, Nick?
It's me. That's, I am different. And I think everyone's greatest differentiator is always going to be you as the visionary and you as the owner. I could say that I'm doing this or doing that, and at the end of the day, there probably are people that are doing things that are similar, but what I like to think is that I bring a unique perspective from my own experiences, as well as skill sets. So like growing up, my dad used to always call me like the jack of all trades, and so even though I specialize a lot of times in social media and video marketing, I mean, there's so many things that I teach on, and the people that are closest to me and the the clients that I work with, I often teach about so many other things. So even though my marketing may say like social media and video marketing, when I actually get deep into working with my coaching clients, there's so much more that goes into what I'm doing and behind the scenes. But again, there's no one out there like me, and there's no one out there like you. And so, you know,
Yeah.
that's the thing. And to add another aspect is in something that I offer that other people don't offer is my signature method is called the video lead machine. And so no one else is offering that. It's very unique to me. And so no matter what, no one will be able to duplicate that, because again, it's through my own creation. And even though there may be similarities, that people may be teaching things that are similar, again, nobody can duplicate me.
Yeah, that's so true, man. There is. It's the value of actually getting out there and networking, is that, and also hiring coaches, is that every person is going to be different. You know what I mean? You're going to always have that golden nugget of that person. You know what I mean? And they're going to have some type of value in it. I know definitely when I met you, I was actually searching for you in my mind. I was trying to figure out like, how am I going to do this? You know what I mean? I see all these people doing it, but then I saw Nick. I'm like, how does he do all these graphics and all these, like, how does he even have time to do it? I'm running a business too. I'm like, how does he even have time to do all this stuff? I bought into his group, his program, and I'm still with him now. And then I'm still learning, and I'm so grateful. And I wouldn't be where I'm at right now with you. I'm telling you, Nick. He's a hell of a guy, and he's has so much knowledge. But like, what would you've helped so many home care companies out there, and me as a home care company, I've seen that like a lot of people struggle on two aspects. It's the marketing and the growth. I'll say three: marketing and growth, measuring and scaling, and the recruitment and hiring and recruiting caregivers that are out there. And it seems like that I've noticed that like by digital marketing, you show different ways of how to hit all those different categories to be able to express yourself, to be able to gain that type of value in a home care business. And I've learned that over the years. But also too, that I've also, as the times are changing, we have to shift. And I just wanted to share that with a lot of people, is that, Nick does help a lot of home care companies. That's kind of how I'm connected with him too, is that I couldn't really just hire anybody that doesn't understand really what I do every single day. And so, but like, now that been in this industry and you've helped so many different other people in the industry, what would you say, has been the most rewarding for you being in this career?
Yeah, so for me, I think that specifically working with home care companies is that there's such an impact that you can make that people don't even realize. And so what really like inspires me is helping others to create an impact, to share their voice and share their knowledge and their insights to help other people. Because, one of the things that can be so powerful is just through education has the potential to impact so many more people. So an example of this when it comes to like the home care market, and a lot of my home care clients, is that they're providing educational content that can truly have an impact and help people and, make a huge difference in the lives of people that are watching it. And like, that's super cool, because a lot of times when people think, or they come to me, like at the end of the day, they're looking for results in their business. They're looking for, what it's going to bring to their business. And it does get those results. My clients are generating leads consistently on a regular basis because they're implementing the things that I teach. But the thing that's so powerful is that when you share certain content in the senior care market, you truly have the potential to change lives. So an example of this is like fall prevention. I mean, it's just something that people don't know. When I was, when I was in the industry, my grandmother needed care, and my dad went out and he got home care without even talking with me. And the company that he called me on the phone. He's like, so we got home care for your grandmother. I'm like, whoa. You didn't even talk to me about this, And so, at first I'm like, did they get rid of that 2-inch thick carpet? in her living room. And he was like, oh no, we got to make sure we do that. So one, like that home care company had failed, in my opinion. Like they failed by not doing proper safety inspection.
Yeah,
But
bad
the other
safety.
side of that, right. So, but the other side of that is I can't fault my dad because you don't know what you don't know. And that comes with like every industry, is that a lot of times we underestimate the knowledge that we know and how much that it can actually impact and help other people. So something as simple as that, like telling people that they should remove thick carpets in their living rooms and their areas of their loved ones so that they can prevent falls, which, if like falls is one of the leading causes of death. People fall, they end up in the hospital, they end up passing away. And so literally a video about fall prevention and removing carpets has the potential to save lives. What an amazing thing that you can do. And so to be able to help my clients to get more of this information out there that really has a direct impact on the seniors that they're providing for, the loved ones that they're getting the information from, and how they can implement it in their lives is super powerful. And that just, lights me up. I love the clients that I work with. I love home care business owners in general because they just care so much. And those are just like my favorite type of people, to work with.
Yeah, well, we know a lot of home care owners, they fear of even getting on the social media platform because the average home care owner typically is between, 40 to 50 and up in age. You're not seeing like 20, 30-year-olds who have, the income that they can be able to just start up a home care business and be able to, start and flourish. It's scary. And 40, 50, 60, I think about my parents. I can never just see them just starting a business and just going online and just talking about their business. They have to be coached and be able to do that, right? But that's the biggest challenge now, is that everything's online, and I mean, and Nick has taken it to another level, because is that the only way to be able nowadays is not just the only, but it is with COVID and how things are changed, is that you have to be digital. If you're not digital, or you have a good, you have a decent website, or you're on social media, you're kind of getting lost in the shuffle, because there's too many companies out there now. You're just, and if you're not being able to express the value in your business somehow, some way, and you can't go visit your accounts and go out there and market, what other way we're gonna do it, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm sorry. I mean, I was gonna say, remember when I first started? How long did it take me to do a video?
Yeah, well, and so I gotta credit you too, is like being willing to get started is a powerful thing. And I think that so many people are afraid of being bad. And the thing is, and I love sharing this quote, is like, in order to be great, you need to first be good. In order to be good, you need to first be bad. And like when I first got started with videos, I was not good. I struggled. I'll never forget the first video I ever recorded, and it was for the consulting company that I worked for. It took me like 2 hours to film a 5-minute video because I just couldn't get it out. I couldn't get the words. It was blah, blah, blah. And at that point I had spoken on stage, and I'm like, man, I can go on stage and speak for 25 minutes straight, but I can't sit in front of a camera and film for 5 minutes,
So
but
true.
yeah, but the more you do it, you start to get better, you start to get more comfortable. And then, what's cool that often people don't realize is that by people being able to see you from when you're, I don't like to use the word bad, but when you're first getting started, and then they watch you get better and better and better, it's so powerful to be your own marketing tool. I mean, I've had so many people that comment on that, like, oh, I love watching your progression. I love seeing how much you've grown. And like that has its own value. It has its own marketing in itself, in people being able to literally witness your growth and your development as you enhance and get better and better at everything that you do.
And that's something that you also teach too, because I mean, just sharing that, say you're on a healthy kick and you're wanting to lose weight, and showing the progression of that is also a way of marketing as well too. A lot of people like to show their, their path of success, and indirectly it's coming from you. And from the beginning of this podcast, we said, what separates Nick? And he said, it's me, right? So like that, I mean, if Nick, and if you could show that we could reach a goal, then I could do good in my business too. I could reach my goals in my business too. Indirectly, you're talking about your health pathway.
Exactly. There's a lot that goes into letting people from a personal brand standpoint that get to know, who I am from a full standpoint. Like, you even commented it, like, oh, when I come out to San Diego, we'll go for a run. Because you've seen that, I run, it's part of my identity. It's part of my brand,
Yes.
really, that I'm somebody who cares a lot about physical fitness. I talk a lot about habits and gratitude practices and things of that sort, even though that's not necessarily something that is part of my business model. But I firmly believe in it, and I've seen what it's been able to do for me. And, so I'm able to share value that allows me to connect with other people on a different level that's maybe not specifically industry related into what I'm sharing. And again, it adds to that trust factor, which is, how businesses grow, is how we get people to know, like, and trust us. And so, by being more transparent about who we are on social media, not just about all business stuff, but also what we like to do in our personal life, going to the beach, going on a hike, watching superhero movies, which I love. And so there's all these, little things, that these little, quirks, we'll call them. But again, that's what separates me, is getting people to really know, who I am, and doing it in an online presence that allows me to reach so many more people. And that's really what this is all about.
You inspire so many people, and like when you talk, you're so compassionate too. And like, who inspires you? Like, who is the person that betters yourself? Like, where do you get this from, Nick? I know it's something that, like, it's rare when you see somebody out there that, they're really, you really do get in tons of a lot of people, and you have lots of viewers and you have lots of clients. Like, who is it in your life that makes you better?
Yeah. So, I mean, to me, like, I can't necessarily think of one person that's like made me, better. There's not like one person that comes to my mind. One thing is that I surround myself with a lot of people that make me want to be better. Like, and I didn't start out this way. But I now today can say that I have like a ton of entrepreneur friends that call me for support. I call them for support. And so just being able to see what they're doing, and they motivate me. So it's not necessarily one particular person. Now, I did want to say this as well, is like, who motivates me more than anyone is me, like my goals and my mission and my desire. I think that if you're looking for somebody else to motivate you in your business, then you've already lost. I know it went like semi-viral, like Elon Musk talked about that because somebody had asked a question on Clubhouse or some social media platform, like, how do you stay motivated in your business? And he's like, hey, if you need to stay motivated in your business, then you shouldn't be in business. Because at the end of the day, it's you're the one that's got to wake up every day. You're the one that needs to do the push-ups, as they say, you have to put in the work. You have to have the desire. You have to be the one that's gonna want it. It's not gonna happen for somebody else. And if you're relying on other people to motivate you or to push you, then it's just not going to happen. Now, obviously, it's good to have those people in your life. And if you're surrounded by people that, are bringing you down, then that's not what you want either, because your environment is such a huge part of your growth and development. And so surrounding yourself with like-minded people who want to grow and want to inspire is going to help you to grow. It's similar to a shark. A shark can only grow as big as the tank that it's in. And plants in general, like, all of these things, and being able to grow is about the environment that you surround yourself with. But that also means not just the people that you surround yourself with, but the environment that you create for yourself. And so the more that we can create a better environment the more that we're going to be able to grow quicker. But really that voice that we hear inside of our head, and how we talk to ourselves is the most
Yeah.
important voice for our growth. Because if you think about it from a standpoint of like a lot of times how we talk to ourselves in some negative capacity, if you talk to somebody else that way,
Yeah.
like, would that person like you? Like, if you talk to your friend the same way that you often talk to yourself, like, would that person still want to be your friend? And so I've found that conversation, that conversation between ourself and what we're saying about ourselves and what we're saying to ourselves is one of the most either harmful or powerful tools that you can utilize. And by being able to change that conversation of that conversation with ourselves, we're going to be able to propel ourselves forward so much quicker, so much faster by truly changing that aspect.
Yeah, I'm holding this book up because the viewers, they're not going to be able to hear it if you're on the podcast show, but I know that this is so important. It's called self-compassion. If you love yourself, can you imagine what you'll give to other people? A lot of people don't, they don't love themselves enough, and it doesn't matter what shape or size or or who you are whatsoever. You have a disability, whatever it is, you got to love yourself in order to be able to love other people, and you'll submit to yourself to other people if you feel good. I think that what you hit is like so important for the viewers to hear. There's a lot of even younger generational kids going through mental depression. Even adults are going through depression, taking care of their parents. They can't go back to work now because they have to take care of their senior care parents out there. And there's all different ages and groups out there, but it's so important to be able to love yourself because you're going to be a caretaker somehow, some way in your life. You're going to take care of somebody. And I always say that quote is that we're born to be caretakers in life. It could be your family, your friend, your pet, your neighbor, your coworker, whoever it is. But if there's someone in life that you cared for, you submitted yourself, right? Somehow, some way. So it's a long life. It's good to be able to, you hit it right on the button, to first take care of yourself in order to be able to even take care of someone else and spill out all that
The
goodness.
great analogy of this is, if you're ever on an airplane and they're talking about the safety protocols, is like you got to put the bag on first. You got to put your bag on first before you help others. The other common analogy is like you can't fill someone else's cup with an empty cup. So,
Like that one.
there's just all of these things that if you truly want to have an impact on everyone that you encounter, that you need to start by first helping yourself. Jim Rohn talks about this in The Art of Exceptional Living, where he says, I don't want you to help me, I want you to help yourself. If you help yourself, then that will help me. And so it's just this level of like
Wow.
being okay that like you should be focusing on yourself, because when you focus on yourself first, then you're going to be able to help more people.
Yeah. Be kind for yourself, and it transpires to other people. Strong. That's strong. So what can you tell the listeners how they can help you grow? It's 2021. We're in the middle of a pandemic, and somehow, some way, Nick found a way to continue to grow. Obviously, he has some special anecdote. Whatever he's doing something right. But if the viewers out there, to continue to keep your growth, and that's what my goal is in life. That's why I created this podcast show. Is to be able to see the people that I work with and who I surround myself with grow. I want to see more people be able to prosper in life, and I'd like to know what people can do that are listening, because this is broadcasted all over nationally. Is that what can they do for you?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's just take a look at my social media, and if you like the things that I'm sharing and you get value from what I share, then I encourage you to like, comment, and share it yourself, but only if you feel like it's valuable and you gain value from it. Because again, that's my whole goal, is to share things that I believe will impact and help others. And so, if by sharing my content, it allows me to help even more people. And that's my true goal, and my true mission is to help and impact as many people as possible while I'm here on this earth.
That you want a legacy, right? That's what it's, and everyone wants to leave this world to be able to, if you have kids or your family members, you obviously want to leave in good taste, right? And for someone to be able to carry that on. So, like, Nick, it's, what kind of legacy would you say, that you want for other people to remember Nick by, if you had to say?
Yeah, I mean, I want people to take the time, for one, is like realize how precious life is, and to live your life in the best way that possible, and to go after everything that you want in this life, because life is too short to sit back and just let it go by without going after your dreams and chasing everything that you want in your life. Because there's one of the biggest lies is that they say you can't have it all. Well, I don't believe that. I know that that's not true. You can have it all, and go after everything that you want, and don't let anything get in your way, because there's going to be things that may come up, and it's easy to blame other circumstances or other things, but at the end of the day, it's up to you to decide what kind of future you want to create for yourself. You're never stuck. You can always get out of wherever you're at, and always take the next steps and move forward one day at a time, progress forward. And so, the legacy that I want to leave is just, living a life that you want to be proud of when you get to the end of the book. When you're done your life and your book is ended, is that going to be a book that you want other people to read? And so, go after it and just like live life with enthusiasm and positivity. And that's what I want people to, remember me for, is like not so much helping people with social media, video marketing. I don't really care that much about that. I mean, it's my business and I love helping people with that. But what I really want people to do is to just focus on being the best version of themselves and stepping into the greatest version of themselves, because we're all meant for greatness, and it's up to you to step into that light and become, the best version of yourself.
Man, you're one hell of a guy, Nick. I'll tell you, you are. It's great, man. I'm so grateful to have you on my show here, and with Coffee with Chris. And I know that anybody who is ever going to need your services is not going to think twice. I have his website up there, guys. Check it out. It's thedigitalchamps.com. You could find him at any kind of social media platform that's out there. You could type in Nick Bonitatibus, right?
Yeah.
Is that the best?
Yeah, my social media handles are Nick J Boni, NickJBoni. My last name's a little long, so it's a little easier to find me. If all my social media handles are all branded to at Nick J Boni.
Awesome. Everybody heard that. Yep, Nick J Boni. Look it up. And so thank you so much, Nick. Like I said, I'm so grateful to have you on my show and to share all this information. It's everlasting. I hope that everybody is able to share this podcast with your friends and your family. And if you saw any type of insight or any type of value in this whatsoever, is that you contact Nick for Digital Champions if you're really, truly trying to grow your business the right way and take it to the next level. And I know I am. I know I could just do a plug real quick that I'm starting a home care coaching consulting business with Nick. He's helping me with that. And we haven't announced it just yet, but it is right now is going to be something groundbreaking. and I am working with Nick. So like I said, like I don't want to just be on this earth and just like to give enough of value. There's always something else that you can give, right? And so like this is just another thing that hit a project that him and I are going to be working on to help more other people to grow. So it's to start your own home care business, and how to start your own home care business, and how to build a home care empire, and giving you the pillars of exactly what you need if you want to start your own home care company. And Nick and I are going to be able to, you're going to see, I know that we're going to prosper together on this, and we're going to actually help more and more people build the dreams and reach their goals that they want in life by being in an industry like him and I have. Actually, him and I both work in the home care industry, and we wake up out of bed every day and we jump out of it because we like what we do. We're passionate what we do. And this is what this show is about. It's about people who really, truly care about who they are and what they do, and what they do for other people, caring for their loved ones, helping their friends and their families out, and sharing their inspirational, compassionate stories to be a better person and transpire that into the world too. Thank you again, Nick. We appreciate you so much. And this is not the last time we're going to have you on our show. We'll come up with a specific topic, and we're going to hit it hard. And so hope you have a great day. And any closing statements before we end?
Hey, thanks for having me. Keep growing, keep working on yourself, and you'll be amazed at what you can happen when you just get better 1% every single day.
Every single day. Hear that? Never give up, right? Never reach your dreams until you quit. If you quit, that's it. It's over.
Absolutely.
Take care, Nick.
Welcome to our show, Coffee with Chris. Our mission is to provide you with home care tips, education, and resources to ensure you receive the quality care you deserve in the comfort of your home.